The poor boy is locked in the thing out there. Yeah. And that reminded me, Stuart is in the garage.
It's a dog.
It's
a child.
Dog boy. Poor Stuart is in the not poor Stuart, but Stuart wanted to be in the garage before we left because he likes to sleep out there on like the table. And he's still in there. So once we're done with this, I'm gonna go let my cat out of the garage.
That's a good idea.
Don't worry, it's a good temperature. He could get out if he wanted to, but also he's dumb and he likes to go through like the main door, so he's okay.
I get that.
It's also the cat that lives outside 90% of the time. I don't know why he prefers the main door.
I don't know. He only wants to go to the door that you're not at.
Yeah.
He is exquisite. He's got a little box head.
I love him so much. I'm gonna throw the baby head.
Okay, throw the baby.
All right, start us off.
Shaking baby.
We'll explain afterwards.
Vertical. Oh, it went right over your head. I'm pretty sure they already know about the baby head. We talked about it in the last episode.
Yeah, the sticky baby head that we have. Amber just threw it at the ceiling above the recording studio, and we're going to see if it falls.
It is going to fall on her head.
It seems very loosely attached right now. In fact, it just like shook as if it's like
terrified.
It's no. Look forward to do the podcast. It's going to fall on Mia. It's above Mia.
She pulls me
it's
more
gonna fall
under it.
right between you two. Okay. We need to talk.
You're so supportive as if it's not gonna fall right on her head.
We're gonna be like talking and I'll just scream in the middle of it.
Yeah, and it'll be fine. Do need a topic.
We should think
what are we talking
about? Besides the thing that we're not going to mention now.
Besides the baby head, Star Wars, and everything else that we've talked about.
Do you guys want to talk about Star Wars?
No, we do not.
And the podcast is over.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Oh yeah, it's just three of us today. Mia, Amber, and Nolan.
It's a good time.
Welcome to the Uncomfortable Silence podcast. Where we all just like periodically run out of things to say and then don't say anything for like 10 seconds on end.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Let's do it now.
So,
you guys catch that game last night?
I don't watch sports.
Neither do I. No, I didn't either.
Yeah. Damn, we're really good at that, actually. Let's do these awkward silence podcasts.
I'm like angry about how good that was.
It feels like real conversation that I've had.
Yeah, specifically with me.
I was gonna say, we don't talk much. When we do, it's chaotic.
It feels nice to know that, like, when we have silences around here now, it's not like an awkward silence because you don't know people, but it's because, like,
we're all working.
Just working with each other, and we're all comfortable with each other in a way now, you know? Compared to, like, months ago, like, it was not...
Yeah.
It was not that good months ago. I don't know.
I remember the first time that I ever, like, went to the office just to visit Mia for lunch or something, and it was so weird. Like, even though it was, like, me, you, Mia, and, like... Who was it?
I
like
think
someone else.
Andrew
like,
was there.
Andrew and
I'm
like
pretty
Dustin.
sure like Brian and Rachel were working at the time.
Yeah, it was really weird because it was just oddly quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
We're like the three that are actually interact with each other outside of work, and we don't have anything to talk about.
Oh my god!
I think you three are the only ones I've ever like hung out with outside of work. Aside from like
you three, all three of us.
No, I went to Andrew's for dinner a couple of times. That's been fun. I do. I see Andrew.
He's out there flipping us off. As a matter of fact,
he just waved
right
now.
Hey, you waved.
Hey, you.
And then he's gone.
Was he ever there?
No. Andrew who?
He's out of our rendering distance. He can't see us.
I've also hung out with Andrew a couple times. I remember we were supposed to be doing work stuff, and it didn't really end up that way. But like, I remember watching Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked with him.
Wow, that sounds like a great time. That sounds like such an uncomfortable time. Actually,
it really was.
To sit there and watch Alvin and the Chipmunks together.
Like, I
don't think
he
I've
was
ever
sitting
seen
on one couch dealing with Noah, and I was just kind of like,
"This is cool."
was like, I like Elvin.
I also hung out at Andrew's
the other
once.
chipmunks.
Alvin's like, Alvin. Andrew's like, yeah, they're great, yeah.
Yeah. He like put it on for Noah, but
it's for you, Bia.
it's for me.
I think that my experience going over there, because one time Brenda and I went over there, we like played like Smash Bros and like a card game, and it was fun, but like I don't know. I think I was the only one that enjoyed Smash Bros. Really. I think it was just me. I was like, "This is great," and everyone else was like, "Yeah, Smash Bros. Is fun." I'm like,
I like Smash Bros. Nolan.
It's funny. I don't
it's
know.
okay.
I was gonna say, speaking of office cryptids, is this place haunted, Mia?
Absolutely.
Is that taboo?
Yes. Yeah, okay. It's not haunted so much that it has a very thin, what's it called, like
Membrane?
Ambiance?
I don't know.
Atmosphere?
The line between what I would say like universes, parallel universes, is very thin in this building, and I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But there have been multiple occurrences. Like, okay, so my office door is clear, and if it's like reflected, on the wall or something, it kind of looks more like a mirror. And I will see people, specifically Dustin. I've seen Logan a couple times, but Dustin will walk down the hallway, and then once he's supposed to get to my door, he'll disappear. And, like, it's not just like, oh, I may have seen, like, I have seen things out of the corner of my eye, but, like, I will see his full Dustin body, like, he's supposed to be there, and then he's not there, and I'll, like, expect him to pop around, and, like, he doesn't.
Yeah.
I can vouch for this. I've seen it happen multiple times.
Have
It's
you
terrifying. Yes.
And,
like at the same
black
time.
things will just constantly be going past my door. I sage the office a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
I wouldn't say haunted so much as strong energy.
I almost feel like we should save this for like the Halloween episode, but I'm just very interested in like the paranormal, and I kind of want to ask more about it.
That's
I'm
fair.
just curious
That's okay.
about what you guys
Yeah.
have seen, because I've never seen anything here. But I can attest that like I've come here at like 8 o'clock before, like long after the sun's gone down, and it's strange.
Yeah.
It's just strange, even with all the lights on. It's like you never notice the atmospheric noises when people are here, but it's like buzzing,
Right.
and like weird banging sometimes, like.
It's that banging that gets me at night. Like
the walls oozing green flying.
right.
The hash slinging slasher.
That always happens. Never mind.
Nosferatu sits in here and just kind of
No.
plays with the light switch.
No,
Right.
But yeah, it's just like a very weird atmosphere. I guess I don't know how else to describe it. I don't.
No, I get.
It's just like
I
eerie.
always describe it as like there's a point when you're here by yourself where you no longer feel alone, and that's when it's time to go home. Because like it's fine when you're like in your work, but like once you like take a second to look up and then like look around and you realize how empty the office is, you're like,
Maybe not.
Maybe it's a little weird. I can do this on my couch.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Like,
Yeah. Like
No.
especially if it's dark outside. Like
Oh
ugh.
yeah. If it's dark outside, it's very.
Like,
yeah,
even with just me and Amber here earlier when you left, it felt a little weird. Like, I kept trying to find things to fill the spaces, even though there was, like, we were playing music, we were talking,
Yeah.
we were doing work, but, like, something felt wrong.
Okay, I don't know how much I believe about ghosts or whatever, because I'll get back to that later. But like winter definitely, with like it being cold and like kind of dry in the area we're in, it feels like a haunted time of the year. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Everything's just dead.
It's like
And
coming here at night
eerie.
when it's like cold and like it just feels like misery. I don't know.
Misery.
I don't know what else to describe it as.
It just feels like constant anticipation is the way I would describe it. Because, like,
Yeah.
you feel like something should be happening, but then nothing happens, and it's just unease.
Yeah. The few times I have had to come in late, though, I've just, like, put on headphones and, like, listened to a movie or whatever, and, like, I'm fine after that, but it's strange.
am weird, just in general. Wait, but like when it comes to when it comes to sitting in like big buildings or like houses or anything by myself, I cannot have headphones in because what if somebody breaks in or like something or whatever? I don't know. What if anything happens and I can't hear it? I just get anxiety. But also I have to sit with like my back up against a wall because I can't stand the idea of something sneaking up behind me. Even if nothing's actually going to sneak up behind me, that feeling of somebody standing right here is constantly there.
It's probably because of Dustin.
Dustin.
He's done that to you.
You're right, but like that's something that's lived with me my entire life. So like, that's just like a weird thing where I'm like.
Well, you have much more experiences than I do.
Yeah.
So based on what you've told me.
Oh yeah.
You've got experiences too, Amber, and you've told me about a couple of them as well.
Yeah, we both do.
I think we talked about this that night that I like was like, Amber, I want a hug. You were at Nolan's house and Yeah. Searched up deep sea animals and talked about ghosts.
I do remember that. That was a fun time. Is that, you just came over because it was like spooky or something? Like...
Well, no, I came over then because everyone at my dad's house was irritating me and I was like, Amber, I'm frustrated and upset. She was like, well, I happen to be right around the corner. And I was like, yes!
I see. Okay.
Opportunity taken.
Yeah. You believe in ghosts though, Amber?
Yes and no. Like,
yes and no.
Not necessarily ghosts, but like, I do believe in, like, other things. Like, not necessarily...
Entities.
Yeah. Like, not necessarily, like, it's a dead person and they're haunting you, which it could be, but... Yes.
I think... I don't necessarily believe in ghost in the, in the sense that, like, somebody dies and then, like, their soul leaves their body and now they're just roaming this plane forever if it's, like, unfinished business or whatever, but I feel like the way ghosts are haunting us, we could be haunting them.
Oh, it's like I've heard that theory before.
Like, I think we were talking...
Like time echoes or
we were talking about it then, too. But, like, basically, like, it's just every point in time is, like, right on top of each other. So, like, sometimes, you know, like I said, the walls get thin. So, like, things... crossover, like, energies and stuff like that, and, like, I think it's just, like, it could be something like that, or I don't know, it could be a dead person.
The time...
It could explain... Here, you go first, actually. Amber,
It's okay. The time thing makes a lot of sense, because my mom had seen, like, a ghost or whatever, and... He was just walking, but he walked into a pole and disappeared. So we were thinking that, like...
falls over.
That would be so much funnier.
Sorry.
So, like... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that used to be, like, an old building that was there. Or something. And then he's just, like, walking around in that building.
That would make a lot of sense based on what people say, because...
A lot of people, they say that there's, like, patterns that ghosts will walk and stuff. So I think it's just them, like, roaming in their own time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, it seems like when people talk about speaking with ghosts, like, sometimes they get responses, but it seems like most of the time when they're talking about talking to ghosts... it's just, like, disconjointed, like, they're saying, like, random things, and it's probably because they're not having a conversation with you. They're, like, talking to whoever else is in the room with them.
Right.
I don't know, if the time thing is to be believed, which is, like, interesting, you know?
There are some instances where people will have conversations through, like, their little boxes, and, like, people will, like, say, like, oh, am I dead? And stuff like that. Yeah. And, like, I'm not sure how, you know, accurate those kinds of things are, but, like, you know, like, but, like, at the same time, it's, like, I don't know what those would be, because I believe in entities, but not so much in the sense that they'd be able to communicate as well, especially verbally.
Yeah.
Like, physically, I can understand how they could move things, but even then, you'd, like, have to be on a certain level of...
I think that...
I don't know, layers.
It's just so many...
Everything is just weird science, I believe. Everything is just very strange science, and I'm sure that there's some thing that could explain that if it ever happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing exists, so it's fine.
Nothing exists.
Yeah, everything is fake. None of it's real.
I've talked about the fact that everything is just nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't believe in ghosts technically, personally, right? It depends on which Nolan you ask, I guess. Because at various stages in my life, I've believed various things, right? But if you ask me right now, I would say I don't believe in ghosts. But the mind is a powerful thing. And I will tell you that last night, after I got home from work, I was laying in bed on my phone, and from my bed, like on my side where I lay, you can kind of see out into the kitchen area, right? Mm-hmm. And the kitchen has, like, that's where the sliding glass door is, and it leads to the living room, and it's just kind of like the central hub to give people an image. And as I was laying on my phone, I heard, like, one of the dogs move in the living room. And I was like, okay, the dogs moved. A second later, I don't... See, this is where I think that the mind is faulty, and I know that I'm, like, usually, like, a tired person, but, like...
You don't have to rationalize.
I watched a figure move, like... Not, like, I didn't see anything, but because I was looking at my phone, but out of the, like, top right corner of my eye, I just saw it move from living room across kitchen. Didn't hear a thing, just saw it move. I was like, oh, Brenda's home. Dogs moved. Brenda's home. Immediately, I got a text from Brenda saying, I'm gonna be late. I have to clean up. And I'm like, okay, haha, Brenda's playing a prank on me, because quite often she will come home and then just, like, stand behind me while I have headphones on. And I'm like, oh, you're real funny, Brenda. So I went out there. I, like, went into the kitchen, and I, like, looked into the living room, and I, like, walked through the kitchen, checked under the little cabinet and everything. There's no one there.
Wow.
And I think my mind's just playing a prank on me. But it's weird, the series of events.
I can understand that.
I've never gotten weird vibes from your house, though, so I don't think it would be, like, haunted.
Neither have I. Like, I was, like, for, like, 10 minutes there, I was like, okay, this is weird, like... But then immediately I was like, oh, yeah. I don't believe in ghosts. And I just, like, went back to whatever I was doing.
It's not real.
I was like, I don't believe in them. Whatever.
I don't know.
Just, like, kept doing my thing.
That middle room do be cold, though.
People should keep an open mind, and I do, but I thoroughly was like... My thing was, like, if a ghost is in my house right now, it's gone. I can keep doing whatever I was doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he passed through.
Yeah.
He was probably just taking a quick walk and, like, happened to, I don't know, glitch into our world for a second there.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying. Can you imagine just, like, slipping into another world for a second there?
They're like, oh my god.
I don't know.
It's like the,
Maybe we do it sometimes. Do you ever just feel really weird about things?
Yeah.
Maybe it's when we dream, and, like, we have dreams.
Well, that's a whole nother thing. I definitely believe that dreams are parallel universes.
Well, absolutely.
That's your brain in between consciousness, like, hallucinating. But,
Yeah. Thank you, Nolan.
It's like,
yeah,
no.
You're welcome. No, I was gonna say, have you ever heard of the man from Taured? You guys ever heard of this story?
Yes.
It was a man who showed up in a Japanese airport, I believe, with a passport. He just got off a plane with a passport from a place called Taured, right? And it does not exist. It's not a place that's on any map, but he had all this currency and all these, like, bills and things, and they're like, we don't know what to do with this guy. Like, we contacted the embassies, and, like, they've never heard of the place. Like, it's not a country we know of. We're gonna hold him in, like, a hotel for a few days and see what happens. And then he, like, disappeared from the hotel.
Unfortunately, it was proven wrong.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so sad.
Because you had told me about it, so I went home and, like, tried to find the actual story.
Is it wrong? That's good.
And that's good.
No.
It's not good, but it's interesting. Tell me why.
But yeah, I read the story, and then I found some more articles on it, and then I found, like, an actual thing, like, debunking it, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool, though.
It's a cool story.
Yeah.
It makes sense why, like, it's shared around so much. I don't know.
On the topic of weird
matter.
stories that could
like
be paranormal or not, which I don't think it is. I think it involves some really sketchy stuff. But, God, I can't think of her name, but there was a story that went around a while ago. It's like a conspiracy theory about what happened with her death. But it has to do with the... Now I'm forgetting the name of the hotel, too. The girl who got, like... They found her body in the water tanks.
Oh, yeah.
They're
making a series about it on Netflix now, which is pretty cool. But, like...
Has it been long enough?
Yeah, no, it's been a while, but like I think that's something I'm very interested in because like all the footage and like evidence that they show you does not match up at all.
It's
like
very
it
strange,
doesn't.
It just does not.
It's just like
it's
wild. It'll be interesting to see how Netflix adapts that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that they're probably going to do something where they hire actors that kind of look like the characters and like make it a kind of a drama. Wow. But like,
I know what you mean.
I don't know. It's probably going to be a little bit cheesy, but at the same time, I wonder if they know more information than I've already been able to find through like research and stuff like that, and like watching videos of people talking about it.
The thing with it is just there's such a limited amount of information about it to begin with. We have that footage and like a couple eyewitnesses, and that's it.
Yeah.
Didn't they find another body like in the dumpster room or something?
Oh, I think that was a couple years later. I don't know if it was the same hotel. It might have been, but yeah, it was recently actually.
Yeah, like not too long ago.
I don't think they found her in the garbage. They found her in the freezer.
That's what it was.
And she like had like garbage bag stuff. That was definitely murder. I don't know what any. I mean, both of them were definitely murder, but like that one, like there's no way that girl got into that freezer by herself.
Eliza
Justice
Lamb.
For her family.
That's
honestly,
I was gonna make a joke a minute ago, but now that we're talking about people who've actually disappeared, like, I shouldn't. I'm glad I didn't or whatever.
Man.
But it didn't have anything to do with like people that actually disappeared, but we were talking about strangest stories or whatever, and I was going to say when Michael Cera showed up in Twin Peaks Season 3.
Twin Peaks? I don't think I've seen that.
It's so funny. Michael Cera is like, he's the character of, he plays the son of Sheriff Andy and Lucy, and he shows up for one scene in one take, and apparently he was there for like just that one take, and he just like sits there and like rambles to this guy for like 4 minutes, and he just has to sit there and like listen to him as he just like goes off about like how he loves his parents and how he loves him and stuff, and he just like, but it's like so like deadpan the way he says it. I don't know, it's hilarious.
I feel like Michael Cera in any show or movie is not where Michael Cera should be.
I like him in Scott Pilgrim.
I like him and stuff. He just always seems so like, why am I here?
Exactly.
Somebody's paying me to be here, so that's cool.
Yeah, okay, that's
probably exactly.
I took that completely wrong.
No, I love Michael Cera. I love Scott Pilgrim.
But yeah, he's got that like nervous energy about him. That guy's apparently really mean.
Really?
Or he's not mean, but he's very like
pretentious.
I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I know that from what I've seen,
my good friend Michael Cera,
from behind the scenes stuff, like when it comes to doing like acting, like it's a job. He's there to act. He's there to get in. He wants to be done, kind of a thing, right? And he's like butted heads with a lot of people, and there's like videos of him like losing his temper on set and stuff, which is surprising because it's Michael Cera. Like, this guy like,
wouldn't be surprised if his like anxiety funnels out as anger.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
that's probably what it is. He's like, we have things to be doing and we're not doing them.
And it probably doesn't help that people see him as like that nervous character and probably don't like treat him with very much respect or whatever.
They treat him smaller than they should when he's
like an actor like anyone else. He's like, this is a job.
He got the job.
Michael Cera, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah. Michael Cera, you should be on the podcast.
Michael Cera,
this is your official invitation.
Please fight me behind the Flying J Denny's. Thank you.
Do that too. We'll film it. It'll be great.
In the most endearing way possible.
No, fight us. I'm talking to the death.
To the death.
That's it, that's all.
Has anyone else read the Scott Pilgrim books?
No,
I've not, but I want to because the art just looks really cute.
It is very cute. It's great. It's nice to see how it kind of develops over time too, because like the art's by no means like bad, like in the first volume, but especially by the 5th volume, like you can tell like the level of skill has like improved so much. Yeah, I'm excited because Scott Pilgrim had a video game, right? And I believe it was only on the PlayStation Network and Steam for a little while. And it got taken down, right? There was something with copyright where the whole, like, on every console, it was taken down. So, like, if you didn't buy it beforehand, you could not get it again, right? And it was so lame. It was so lame. It's like a really fun game. Yeah. But they're re-releasing it
Oh,
which
that's
is
good.
great.
Oh, that's
which made me so
exciting.
happy. After like 6 years or something, they're re-releasing it, and it's like,
What was the
thank
copyright
God.
issue?
I don't know. It was that I believe it was that the game studio didn't want to pay the license fee for Scott Pilgrim or something along those
What?
lines, so they just had to legally take it down.
Okay.
So it was,
That's ridiculous.
I need to look into it more.
Yeah.
I think it was something along. It was. I don't even know if it was the game studio or what, but it was just something along the lines of somebody not wanting to pay someone else.
Of course.
Interesting.
That's how
Yeah.
it usually goes.
Yeah, but it's getting re-released and it looks really cool. It's like a
Okay.
side-scroller pixel art thing.
I like
It's
when you get to
exciting.
like watch artists, like whether it be like a animation cartoon or like a comic book or some sort, just like watching the art get slowly better and better.
Mhm.
I think the only show I can think of that I don't like that the art gets better is SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
that's
think
it.
me too.
no, I
I love
gonna,
original.
I was gonna
SpongeBob.
elaborate on that and say Garfield. Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also another one that I'm not too like. It was
It's
good
not-
for a while, and then now he just doesn't look like a cat anymore, and it's I don't know.
Garfield kind of had his weird beginnings where he was like very lumpy and cat-like,
Yeah.
and I love like his first design because he looks so like weird and
He's
like
just an
foreign.
orange ball. Yeah.
But like, I'd say once he hit that stride and like in like the late 70s, early 80s when that style kind of got developed more and he almost was like a halfway between like the first one and what we have now.
Yeah.
Which like now we just have like Sonic the Hedgehog shaped Garfield pretty much, which
That's
I
exactly
love him
what it
too.
is.
Yeah.
Like, I love him too, but like there was like a sweet spot in there where you could tell like Jim Davis was very passionate about everything and like very hands-on with all the work he did, and that really showed in a lot of the strips. Like it was definitely like a commercial thing, but you can tell like when it came to doing certain panels or like going to certain places, like he put in the work. Like he'd
Yeah.
draw like nice little scenery and he'd do really well with colors and whatnot. I don't know, that kind of dropped off over time. Like it's still good. I mean, it's Garfield. I don't know. It's not.
It's always
it's not
good.
great, but like it's Garfield. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get
I
that.
don't know. I think the thing with Garfield, when you think about it, they're usually like at a table and just like a
It's
colored
just like a
void,
bar,
and they
yeah.
like got an arm on the table and like a cup of coffee in one hand or something. I don't know. That's usually how Garfield looks.
Yeah.
Oh my
I love
God.
Garfield.
I love Garfield. And that reminded me of something to talk about. Sorry. I wanted to talk about. Have you guys ever heard of Garfield's Judgment Day?
No.
Okay, in the mid 80s, Jim Davis started pitching around the idea of a Garfield movie, right? Like an animated movie in the mid 80s, right?
Yeah.
It ultimately didn't happen, and the only like feature length movies that we've gotten have been the straight to video ones in like the mid 2000s, and the live action ones, right?
Yeah.
But there have been a lot of specials and whatnot that were, most of which were produced by like the same production company and like producers that worked on the Peanuts specials, right?
Ooh.
Which the Garfield animated specials are actually very good. That was a big side tangent. In the mid 80s, Jim Davis started going to studios like Disney and whatnot and started workshopping this idea for a movie, right?
Yeah.
Called Garfield's Judgment Day. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Judgment Day was about Garfield and Odie and the other pets. He kind of changed the lore of Garfield, right? So pets can talk, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to talk to humans because
Yeah.
it's like the pet law, right?
Right.
But pets are also good at like sensing things, right? They're sensitive to like things such as the weather. So when Garfield senses that a tornado is coming towards their town of Muncie, Indiana, where Garfield is set, they have to decide if ethically they should break animal law and speak to the humans to warn them, or if they should keep the silence and all die.
For a tornado.
The short, the movie would have ended with the town being destroyed
Oh.
and all of them deciding to rebuild, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like just the animals.
No,
Or
like
just
people,
the human. I was like,
Could
shit.
you imagine?
I'm sure people would have died too. I don't
yeah.
remember. There's not enough information. There was a book about it, and I need to read the book, okay? Because he couldn't get the movie made because all the studios were like, "This is too dark. We're not making
No.
We're not making
Hey,
a movie about Garfield
We'll
tornadoes."
make it.
Yeah,
We can make
I
the
wanted
Garfield
it made,
tornadoes.
You.
I wanted. it
You're an
made, though.
artist and an animator.
Yeah.
We can get her
that.
done.
Let's do it. But there was a book published about it, which I need to read because instead of getting the movie made, he made it into like a book because that's far less censorship in that realm.
Right.
Which is
I
kind
want
of
to read it.
It's kind of unfortunate because like Jim Davis, like as much as Garfield is like a commercialized thing, like you can tell he was like ambitious with it at some points, and he really wanted to use it. Like he had like one of the biggest platforms ever. Like you might as well like tell some interesting stories with it, you know. And it's a shame that nobody gave him the time of day. When, like, kids would have ate it up, because it's Garfield, regardless.
For sure.
Grandmas would have ate it up.
Definitely could have been something more than just, like, a namesake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is the tornado story right for Garfield? I don't know, but
I think it
happened.
So.
The fact that something called Garfield's Judgement Day was in production at all is fantastic.
That's beautiful. I was expecting something like a creepypasta that you were about to throw
Me too.
dump on us, but that's much
I don't have
better.
any creepypastas aside from have you guys ever watched Lasagna Cat? You guys ever watched that YouTube channel? Watch Lasagna Cat.
Lasagna Cat.
It's
okay.
It's like live action. These people recreate like Garfield strips, right? So the videos will just be titled like 12/22/85, and it's just that strip from that day recreated with like green
cute.
screens and live action.
That's really cool.
And over time, it forms like this narrative arc that goes along, and it becomes like full on art film, and it's really good. It's very good.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, we're gonna discover Lasagna Cat.
It's really
We're gonna
good.
binge that one.
I'll show you guys
when I get
some
home.
one of these days. Yeah, I think that was all I had to say for Garfield.
Wow.
Now I'm just exhausted. No, I'm just kidding.
Nolan is just as passionate about Garfield
As Jim Davis.
as Jim Davis.
More than Jim Davis.
More
at
than
this
Jim
point.
Davis.
Even more.
No.
Wow.
Did you know that
Jim Davis, if you're listening, we love you.
Did you know that Garfield
shoot
is now owned by Nickelodeon?
Really?
That's
Like
sad.
a year or two
I thought-
back, Nickelodeon bought the Garfield franchise in its entirety.
I
Interesting.
did not know that.
Yeah. So,
That's weird.
you know what makes me so sad, right? So, there used to be PAWS Incorporated is like the place that makes Garfield, right? And they worked they worked in Indiana, and they had like an entire building, right? And it was like the PAWS building, and it was just where they would make Garfield stuff, and like they'd get merchandise going and stuff like that. And you go inside, and it's pretty much just like a big library / museum. Like it's like a beautiful
really
looking
cool.
place. And after Nickelodeon bought them out, and they started to go digital, like they no longer really used the office. They started to go digital. The place is closed, and all the Garfield merchandise that they had in there was either sold off or donated to places. And so
goodness.
the place's exterior exists, but that's it.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Where'd you say it was?
Indiana? I gotta look up the exact location.
So,
I think it's Muncie.
Road trip to Indiana?
Right. I'm gonna find it now. I'm gonna find its location.
That sounds really
With
cool.
echolocation.
Sad, but really cool.
Yeah, it is not it is currently located in Viacom's headquarters. No, I gotta figure out where it was. Albany, Indiana.
Yeah.
Garfield's stupid.
Let's go.
I love it. Anyways, that's all I had. What are you guys passionate about?
Oh boy.
Sonic the Hedgehog? Charlie Brown?
No, that's still you.
Eraserhead?
No, it's still you.
Okay. Well,
I do really like Charlie Brown. Not as much as you do, but I do.
Yeah.
good old Charlie
It's
Brown.
a special place in my heart.
I like Charlie Brown, not in like an abusive way,
Charles
because I feel like
Manson
you guys
Brown.
are so mean to Charlie Brown.
I love Charlie Brown. Everybody expects me to draw bastardized versions of things now, so I just have to stick to that character.
Not even expect, you just do it. Like.
Okay, I enjoy it a little bit. But it comes from a place of loving.
I think your
Does it?
ability to draw dehydrated characters is a part of your character
It is.
itself.
I just feel dehydrated myself. I
You
just
should
drank an
drink some
entire cup
water.
of water and my
You
lips
did.
are dry right now.
You're not good at. You need to go
Oh.
photosynthesize.
I drank like 5 cups of water today. Like, I should be good. Like, this is like 2 cups of water, too. Like,
Have you gone to the bathroom?
yeah.
Well, there you go. You're losing all your water.
I can't just retain it. I don't control
You
when
just
I go
have
to
to
the
keep
bathroom.
drinking water.
Well, there's
Oh
3
my God.
opened water bottles from Andrew right there that you could drink.
Are those all open?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me look at this.
Yeah, no, they are definitely all open.
probably shouldn't drink. Why do we still have these?
Because Andrew.
Good water. I don't know.
I'm gonna go dump these out. You guys
Dump them on Andrew.
I'm gonna dump these out and get some water, and you guys talk about something.
Okay, you should put one of those bottles into the water bowl, but don't give it to Buford.
Gotcha.
Buford's the dog that is currently in dog jail.
Dog jail.
What should we talk about? Let's
I
talk
don't
about
know.
Nolan.
We don't even know each other. This
Who
is
are
awkward.
you? This is
really awkward.
I've never seen you before today.
Fun fact. I knew Amber before I knew Nolan, and Amber knew Nolan before I knew Nolan, but I worked with Amber before Amber worked with us. So, like, we all met in different scenarios, but...
It's all interlinked somehow. It's very weird.
Paths. I got the job, and then Amber was like, hey, I have a friend who works there, and I was like, yeah, me and Brenna, and she was like, no, Nolan, and I was like, oh no.
And then I was hired on.
Yes.
And now it's just absolute blasphemy every time I see his face.
Absolute blasphemy. Cause it was me, Andrew, Brenna, Nolan, right, in the apartment, and then Tangi joined, and then we eventually moved to the basement. He's enjoying his water.
I wasn't lying.
and brought in a bunch of new people, and then eventually we had to let go of one of our artists, and that prompted a position for Amber. Nolan's over here drowning in his cup. But Amber only got hired after we moved into the new building.
You got my water, guys.
I'm very glad for you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm calling the police.
Also, I couldn't find Buford's water dish, so he'll just have to not drink water.
You'll just have to
Yeah.
dehydrate,
Alright,
and
no,
then
I
you
get
can
that.
draw him.
Yeah. Shit. He's a hydrated boy.
He is.
He's alright.
He
He
pees
knocked-
so much.
He knocked over an entire gallon or so before we started recording, so yeah.
That wasn't even that much. It was like a cup.
It was like a pint. It was like a pint of water. I had to clean it up.
Yeah, it was a lot of water.
It wasn't too awful.
He
but
was
like,
soaked.
So you know what Mia said to him? She said, "No more water for 2 days.
2 years.
Get back in the box."
You
And
think
she
I'm
put
that
it back.
nice? Yeah, the
For
box
legal
is like
reasons,
2
this
inches.
is a joke.
Yeah.
Please do not call animal control on us.
Who you
My
gonna
dog
call?
is incredibly spoiled.
Oh no, he's a big baby.
He's just a big baby.
He really is. He's a butthole.
He's
though.
not even full grown yet, and I'm so excited for him to be a big baby.
Oh, he's gonna be so big.
He's gonna be so big.
What were you guys talking about with the apartment? I'm sorry,
I was just talking
We were
about
talking
how
so much
all of
shit
us
on you.
met each other, because it's kind of like a crisscrossy
Weird.
scenario, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's really it.
Because you knew, like, Dustin back when he was in high school, right?
No, I don't think
No,
either of
that
us
was
knew.
Andrew.
That was
Yeah, Andrew
and
knew Dustin
So
and Logan
strange.
in high school.
So bizarre.
I knew Mia in high school.
Right.
I met you like my first semester of college.
Same, yeah.
And then I've known Brenna since high school and
Yeah.
Jacob.
I've known Brenna and Jacob since high school.
And I've known Tangi since high school. I've known Tangi since 5th grade, never mind.
That's weird. I didn't meet Tangi until she started working with us. But, like, her last name, I think I've recognized from, like, school and stuff.
Her mom was my 5th grade teacher.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
You guys hear
10
sounds
seconds.
coming from out there?
Yeah.
Is that Buford?
Is Andrew not here?
I don't know. No,
No,
Andrew's
Andrew's
not
not
here.
here.
See, those are the ghosts.
It's not that ghost.
It's
Okay,
Dustin.
Let's do an EVP or whatever one of these days. We will
Yeah.
legit find out
It's
if there's
okay.
ghosts
Do
here.
you want me to go investigate?
No, No, that's why I asked. No, I saw, like, a person. That's why I asked if Andrew was not here.
Oh.
Like, I saw a shadow. You know how you see Nolan's shadow,
Yeah.
like, on the wall? I saw, like, a person.
On the wall? That's probably just the cars passing by. Look at it. Little dancing thing. See?
No, it was... Nolan, Please.
I'm trying to help you. What am I supposed? Oh, it was a ghost. Probably Beelzebub out there or whatever.
Casper.
They're gonna say Castiel, and I'm like, yes.
We should do like a.
No, he's dead.
They should
Spoiler,
do like a
sorry.
rated R Casper where he like does like a poltergeist, like haunts people and stuff, and like possesses them. Yeah.
I mean,
is this your official pitch?
I mean,
yeah.
The whole point of Casper is that he's a friendly ghost, but if you've seen the live action, his uncles kind of get the job done with possession.
Are those his uncles?
Yeah.
Those are his uncles?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's like, Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso, right?
That was their names in life.
I think those, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
I haven't watched Casper since I was like 5, so don't at me.
I
okay.
love Casper. That's it. That's all. I just like have you guys ever seen like the old movies, like the old Caspers, old Betty Boops, like Superman, stuff like that?
I never watched classic Casper, but I've seen plenty of Benny Boop and a lot of Betty Boop. I'm sorry, I got mush mouth. Fake fan. And I've seen all the Superman Fleischer cartoons.
Yeah,
those are so excellent.
I've like got well, they're not mine, they're my dad's, but he's got like 4 variety packs of like all the old cartoons, and I used to watch those like religiously.
Yeah, because they're just like royalty free.
It doesn't even work.
So they can just like anyone can publish those, which is cool. Isn't that weird? Superman is still owned by DC, but the Fleischer cartoons are not.
I think it's
weird.
just, you know, the whole time thing, copyright and all that.
Weird how that works though, because like
it's funny how it works.
Yeah, well, it's funny because
so funny.
Disney repeatedly extends the copyright.
Yeah. Disney,
like lifespan or whatever.
If you're listening to this, Disney,
we hate you.
I like Disney.
I mean,
I like parts of Disney.
Number 1 fan.
I like
aspects.
Some
of
the people who work at Disney. I like
Disney.
I enjoy that they've officially taken the Walt out of Disney, and I don't mean that in the sense that like it's not old Disney, but it's not racist and like geared
Frozen
towards
in
like
a jar somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, he's somewhere.
Oh, have you heard that conspircy theory?
Yes.
Why they
call
Frozen
Frozen, so that when you look up Walt Disney Frozen, you don't get his frozen head, so they can lead you off the trail.
Yeah, because it was like right after that conspiracy was like blowing up.
Yeah.
Too.
I love conspiracies. They're so
Me
good,
too.
man.
We should
They're
do a
so
whole
fun.
podcast on just conspiracy
We should
theories.
look up like weird conspiracies and like list them and like see how plausible they sound.
You want to talk about conspiracies? The sun. The moon does not exist. It's a hologram.
I've heard that because people have posted like either fake videos or like videos with like optical glitches where they're like, the moon's fake, look at it, and it's like it looks so fake.
I think my favorite one is
the video looks fake, not the moon. The moon looks fake in those videos because it's superimposed, but
I think my favorite weird conspiracy theory, specifically about the moon, is that that is actually where the government is based.
The moon.
Like, they control everything up there from the moon.
No, it makes so much sense. I mean, think about, like, they just, like, move. First off, think about how many resources you'd have to transfer from Earth and, like, how often, like, to run an entire base up on the moon.
But you're thinking about the resources that they've given us. We don't know what they're hiding up there.
Could be anything. Could be eggs.
On the moon?
Could be corn.
You guys know there was like a paper way back in the day where an astronomer was like, "Oh, I looked through my telescope. There's purple monkeys on the moon with wings."
What?
No, but that that. I believe it.
Yeah.
No,
it's true.
I'm sure
that's our government.
Like,
you know what's living in my head rent free currently?
What?
That one vine of the girl that has like the tortilla on the door, and it's like, "Oh, look at the moon," and then she's like, "Oh, it's a tortilla."
That's hilarious.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
What a treasure Vine was.
I miss Vine. R.A.P. Vine.
Love Vine. You know who I miss? That Logan Paul guy. That like without like I don't know where.
I'm gonna give you 20 seconds to explain.
Where do you think that guy went? Where do you think he is now? He had like a brother, right? Like Drake Paul. He was his clone.
Oh no!
He's like fighting now. I'm pretty sure he's like
Jake
and
Logan Paul.
Yeah, he like killed
are names
Dave
that
Bautista
should never be spoken.
Yeah, he like fought him in the MMA and like killed him or something. I don't know. It was ridiculous. A jar of peanut butter got thrown at his head. It's a lot of stuff. Who knows where Logan Paul is now though? Probably not doing anything shady. Anyways, I miss mine too.
Probably not at all doing anything shady ever, because he's a great man.
Yeah, do you think Mia's returning? She is returning with water. Anyways,
we do not support nor condone Logan or Jake Paul.
Yes, I miss him.
Actually, do know what happened to... I only know that because I just saw the little ad on
Shake the Sheep.
I need to see
Shaun the Sheep?
Shaun the Sheep.
Shake the Sheep. It's just Shaun the Sheep, but he's shaking a lot.
I like that one a lot. Shaun of the Sheep got me.
Thank you.
Because it's accurate, but also it's funny. Yeah.
Wow.
Shaun of the Sheep is a great show. I never saw the movie, but I like that show a lot.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
did
to
too.
Aardman Animation.
I used to watch that like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Because they like had the little shorts.
Yeah.
And like that was just like for some reason my favorite.
They're so nice.
I loved like Chicken Run and like all those when I was young.
I never watched
my very early like claymation inspiration.
Yeah.
I think my
Claymation
early
in general
claymation
is
or like
beautiful.
any kind of like animation that wasn't necessarily traditional would have been like Gumby because like
Gumby.
Gumby.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we had like a DVD that had like 6 Gumby episodes on it, and we would just watch that over and over again because it was magic. It was like I'd ask my dad like, how do they do that? And he's like, they moved it, and I was like,
but how?
I can't see their hands.
They're like, okay. Sometimes I think there's a couple times in Gumby where you can see like someone's hand for like a frame, and like I like that almost. It like adds to it. It's like it's fantastic.
It's precious.
It's authentic.
Oh man, stop motion wise, like the old like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh God, why can't I remember the name of the studio right now? Rankin Bass. That's the name of the studio. I kept forgetting the name. But that style of animation is very pleasant as well. Like it's a little choppy, but like it works. It works like, so well. It's not fair to call it choppy. I take that back.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
As a child, I definitely didn't appreciate it because like I was like under the impression like, oh, this isn't good. Like I don't know what's happening. Like I mean. Whatever, but like as I like got older, I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. Like the way they did it is really cool, and now I just like it. So that's cool.
You know what's interesting about Rankin and Bass? I keep saying Rankin. Okay, anyway, whatever. They made a Smokey the Bear short.
Did they?
Enlighten us.
No one really remembers it because it like wasn't. They didn't share it around very much. But they made a Smokey the Bear, I think it was like a 30-minute kind of mini movie.
Wow.
Almost in the vein of like...
That's interesting.
I don't remember how long Rudolph is actually. Rudolph is pretty short, isn't it?
It's probably like 30 minutes.
It's like 30 minutes. It's not like a super long thing.
I think so, but there's also like a bunch of different little installments of it too.
It's about Smokey the Bear as a child and why he hates forest fires. And like he has a different name before his name was Smokey. I don't remember. Anyways, it was a thing that exists and it's real and you should look it up because it's very strange. It's a weird
isn't,
watch.
Like Bear supposed to be his last name, so he's not Smokey the Bear.
Yeah,
he's
Smokey
Smokey Bear.
Yeah.
What would his first name have been?
Anthony.
Anthony Bear.
Charles.
Tony Bear.
Tony Bear.
Tony Bear is.
I think that's
Smokey Bear.
Treading on Tony Tiger territory.
It's like it's like any it's like any character. I guess you just assume that their last name is whatever their title is, like Sonic the Hedgehog. You'd assume his last name is just Hedgehog or whatever, or that he doesn't need one.
His middle name is the.
The comic books gave Sonic a full name.
The comic books are the lore.
Do you know what Sonic's like first name is?
No.
Maurice.
What?
Sonic's first name in the comics is Maurice, and it Olgavine, I believe. Hey guys, this is Nolan. This is a quick edit to tell you that I in fact got this information wrong. Sonic's full name is in fact Ogilvy Maurice Hedgehog, with Hedgehog being his last name, Maurice being his middle name. and Ol Gilvey being his first name, which was only revealed in an interview with former writer Ken Penders. On behalf of myself and everyone else here at the office, I would just like to give my sincere apologies and say that this will never happen again. Now back to the show. The comics are weird.
That is very weird.
I did not know that. That's very interesting.
I don't think Sega likes that.
What's his, isn't it, is it Tails? Whose name is Miles or something like that? Yeah?
Miles.
I knew that one.
His first name, last name.
Yeah, I knew that one, but I didn't know that Sonic wasn't Sonic.
I don't know. It's just one of those things.
It makes.
Where it's like,
I guess it makes sense.
Why does a character need like a last name?
They don't.
I don't know.
That's why I'm not worried about like our characters having last names. I think it's important for Cordelina because she's discovering herself, and then Kellum's family is like a big part of the community.
Yeah.
So them having last names makes sense. But
I think different societies, you have different rules. Like especially with like the world of Dankrite, it's like things are so different, like town to town. Like you're not gonna have towns where people have last names. You might have towns where like it's last.
For all we know, only
humans
humans have last names.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if like Althea and Hamish just decided to make up a last name so that they had something to tie them together or something.
Yeah, and like depending on however it works, like it doesn't even have to be like you take the husband's last name like it typically is or whatever. Like it could just be whatever. I don't know. It's nice. We can make stuff up.
Yeah.
I was going to say, though, the Sonic Archie comics are bizarre, if you guys ever read them. It was Archie Comics that did the Sonic comics, and it was the longest-running video game-based comic book series. It ran for nearly 300 issues, if I remember.
Wow.
And then there was a lawsuit, which is like an entire thing, which they had to, like, stop it. But now Sonic is... IDW Comics picked up the Sonic license now, and they're doing it, and it's like kind of inferior, but like still good. I don't know. It's weird to explain.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you want to know why they had to cancel the comic books though?
Why?
So there was an artist known as Ken Penders, right? And he worked on the Sonic comics for a long time. I mean, like since the 90s, he was working on the Sonic comics, and he introduced a lot of the expanded characters to the comic books, like Knuckles' clan of echidnas, right? Because he's from like a clan that lives on like an island and they like guard the Master Emerald or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he makes all these characters which are just kind of Knuckles recolors or like with cybernetics. They're very weird and very 90s. And in like 2005, Sega made a game with another company called Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, right? Which also featured an echidna clan. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Ken Penders was mad, and he decided, I made the Echidna clan, they're mine, even though he made them for Sega's comic book under license of Archie Comics. Like, you know how when you make something for a company, you don't keep it because you're making it for the company?
Right.
So, this should be a pretty cut and dry, like off Ken Penders. Like, this, like, you made these characters for us. Archie Comics misplaced the paperwork stating who owned ownership of these characters.
Conveniently.
Leading to a big lawsuit where the two screamed at each other, and it was decided Ken Penders gets to keep those characters. Not like Sonic or Knuckles or Tails or anyone, but these expanded universe characters like Julie Sue, Lara Sue, the
Timmy
skunk guy,
Sue.
I don't remember his name. All these characters. So Sega was so mad that they were like, okay, well, we're mad at you, Archie, because you misplaced this paperwork. We're not working with you anymore. And like 20 some odd years of comic books ended because of misplaced paperwork and because Ken Penders doesn't understand copyright law. But he came out on top anyways because of misplaced paperwork.
Wow.
That's really irritating.
And now certain characters can never appear again without the consent of Ken Penders.
Wow.
And he took those characters.
Hey, Ken.
And he's making his own comic books.
Buddy.
With characters from Sonic.
I'll shuck your shins.
Yeah!
I'll break your knee.
Just like... He's okay. So
I'm gonna take your left toe.
I gotta look up art for this. Actually, I gotta show you. So he took the art. He took these characters, right? And he's making spin-off comics with these characters that are not Sonic characters. We will say, okay. I can't look at this art. I can't look at this. It's so gross to look at.
I want to see.
I also
I feel
Just flip through these. Just flip through these. The Lara Sue Chronicles. Look at this guy's.
No.
Okay, but
my
here's the thing, right?
God.
He can't use characters like Knuckles, right? So Lara Sue is the daughter of Knuckles, right? And because he can't use Knuckles, he had to make up a new character called Knox, who is her father.
Why do they look like that?
That's how he draws them.
What?
Oh no.
That looks like when
It reminds me
13-year-old girls are drawing Sailor Moon characters. That's exactly what that reminds me.
Yeah, but this is like a 47-year-old man.
I know. That's why it's disturbing.
But yeah, are you guys not excited? I think that might be fan art, actually.
That's fan art.
I'm pretty sure that and the next one's fan art, because it looks slightly better than his.
Because it looks like real Sonic.
Yeah. Because it looks like, well, he can't use Sonic. It's they're a completely original concept, detached from Sonic.
Yeah, not Sonic. Not at all Sonic. No, it's who's Sonic? Never met him.
I never heard of him.
We'll have to insert some kind of something for them to see, so we're not just talking about nothing.
Okay, yeah, let's.
But like really quick, so that he can't attack us.
Let's
He probably will anyway.
We should probably wrap this up. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
I think
It's
I'm
been an
running
hour.
out of steam, and like, we're just talking about weird
Sonic.
fan art now. Sonic.
Not at all Sonic. It's not Sonic.
You guys got
It is separated from Sonic.
You got Sonic, you got Garfield, you got Ghost, you got everything you need.
It's just Ghost, Garfield, and Sonic.
Ghost, Garfield, Gumby, Shaun, Jim, Greg,
Tim.
Charles,
Ian,
Tony,
Okay, bye.
Smokey the Bear.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We never introduced ourselves, did we?
Oh.
I said our names, but
Did
I don't
you?
know.
Okay.
Goodbye from Mia.
Nolan.
Goodbye.
Bye.